Long ago, in a quiet village surrounded by thick forests and endless streams, lived a man known only as Arer. He was blind, frail, and always sat near the winding path that led to the village stream. To the people, he was nothing more than a beggar, someone to be pitied, someone to be helped. Every day, villagers would drop coins into his bowl, some even leaving food for him. Arer always expressed deep gratitude, though no one really knew where he had come from or why he chose their village. Children often whispered tales about him. Some said he had once been a traveler. Others claimed he had never been born like ordinary men at all. His presence was both familiar and unsettling, like a shadow that never left. One evening, as the sun dipped low and shadows stretched long, a young girl named Somto walked past him on her way home. She paused, staring at the beggar's worn-out bowl. Inside were a few coins glimmering faintly under the dying light. Temptation grew stronger than her conscience, and quietly, very quietly, she reached for the bowl. But in that very instant, something happened that would haunt her forever. Arer vanished before her eyes. Not a step, not a sound, just gone. Somto's heart raced. She froze, clutching the coins in trembling hands. The air grew cold, unnaturally heavy, as if the earth itself was watching. Terrified, she dropped the bowl and ran. When she reached home, she locked herself in her room, trembling with fear. But fear soon turned into pain. At first it was an itch on her legs, mild, almost harmless. Within minutes it burned, spreading like fire under her skin. She tried ointments, tried rubbing it off, but the more she fought, the worse it grew. That night, unable to bear the agony, she fell into a restless sleep. When she awoke, a scream tore through the silence. Her legs had twisted into something grotesque, hooved, covered in coarse hair, goat legs. Her father, Mazichkuka, rushed in, horrified by the sight. Somto, terrified of punishment, lied. She told him that Arer had begged her for money, and when she refused, he cursed her. Her father, enraged, vowed to confront the beggar at dawn. But when he reached the stream, Arer was nowhere to be found. Hours passed, days passed. The blind beggar never returned. Somto's cries echoed across the village. Her father carried her from healer to healer. Wise men, herbalists, priestesses, but no one could cure her. Each attempt failed, and each failure deepened the fear that the curse was not of this world. Word spread quickly. Villagers whispered at night, "It is the beggar. He is no ordinary man. Somto has brought doom upon herself." Soon, curious faces gathered outside their hut, desperate to see the girl with goat legs. Some pitied her, others mocked her, but all agreed that something unnatural had been unleashed. Weak and bedridden, Somto realized her lie could not save her. Her father, desperate, sought out the village seer. The seer's voice was grave as she revealed the truth. Arer was no mere beggar. He had come on a mission unfinished. Somto had stolen from him, and the curse was her punishment. If she did not complete his mission, her transformation would consume her completely, until she became nothing but a goat. Trembling, Somto confessed the truth to her father. She had stolen. She had lied. And now, only by facing what Arer had left undone, could she be free. Determined, Somto returned to the very path where Arer once sat. She waited under the hot sun, under the whispering trees, ignored by passing villagers. Some pointed at her, some laughed, but she endured. Days passed like this, long, humiliating days. Then, one stormy evening, she sought shelter in an old hut by the stream. To her surprise, inside was an elderly woman, sick and frail. For the first time since her curse, Somto felt pity instead of fear. She cleaned the hut, fetched water, and cooked a small meal. The woman's eyes filled with tears as she blessed Somto for her kindness. The next day, Somto encountered a little boy by the stream, sobbing uncontrollably. His story was even sadder than hers. His father was dead, his stepmother cruel, and his real mother long gone. For days, he had been starving. Without hesitation, Somto shared her food with him, comforting the boy and promising to help him. For the first time, she felt a strange warmth, perhaps Arer's invisible presence, watching. The boy gave Somto a bracelet, saying it once belonged to his mother. Later that evening, Somto's father brought home a powerful priestess, hoping she could break the curse. The moment the priestess saw the bracelet, she froze. Tears welled in her eyes as she whispered, "Where did you find this?" Trembling, Somto explained that a lonely boy had given it to her. The priestess broke down. The bracelet belonged to her son, the child she had lost years ago when her family forced her into priesthood. They had hidden him away under a spell, severing every bond between mother and child. Somto, stunned, led the priestess to the hut where the boy lived with his cruel stepmother. What they saw turned their hearts cold, the stepmother beating the boy mercilessly. Enraged, the priestess revealed her true power. With one command, the wicked woman transformed into a goat, her screams feeding into bleats. At that very moment, Somto's curse broke. Her legs returned to normal. Somto fell to the ground, weeping with joy. She realized then what Arer's mission had been all along, to protect the boy and reunite him with his mother. Arer was no ordinary beggar. He was the spirit of the boy's dead father, watching over his child, searching for someone brave enough, compassionate enough to finish what he could not. Somto had stumbled into this mission by greed, but through kindness she had found redemption. The priestess embraced her son, thanking Somto for reuniting them. The village erupted with whispers, amazed at the twist of fate. Somto returned home changed, not just in body, but in spirit. No longer the selfish girl who stole, she now understood that every action carries weight, every lie leaves a scar, and every choice demands responsibility. The story of Somto and Arer became a legend passed from generation to generation, teaching that greed brings destruction, but kindness, true kindness, has the power to save. And so, whenever the villagers passed the stream, they no longer saw only water flowing. They saw a reminder that even the smallest act of compassion could change the course of destiny.